I'd like to thank those people for helping us. We have a lot of comedians on tonight. We're glad you make it. Tell your friends about it. We're over on Fridays. We're at Cottrell's in Trenton, and every Saturday night we're here. Tonight we're going to do 2 shows. Okay, we'll have a brief intermission in the middle. By trade, I don't do this all the time. I'm a teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher. You probably could guess that I teach trigonometry. I do, yeah, no problem. No, actually, I teach physical education. Yeah. It's a good kind of job. Actually, part of my job is, other than being up here emceeing, is I'm in the in-school suspension room. Now, that's a room, believe it or not, it's a little smaller than this. I mean, it's hard to imagine. And you take every, deviant student and you cram them into this room. So there's about 300 kids in this room. And they all got leather on, okay? Brands, not on the leather, on their bodies. Okay, they got 1 earring, they got 2 earrings, they got the earring in the nose, they got the earring in the cheek. And this is over at Princeton Day School, so I don't even know what public school is like. I'm kind of scared when I think about it. But there's so much leather in this room, it's sort of like bananas, like bum ba bum ba bum bum. Paul, little Joe, Hoss. And what kind of name is Hoss? Okay, they had a child, they had 2 normal children, they had the baby, she's holding it, beautiful, it's like 14, 15 pounds, that guy was big. And they said, let's name him Hoss. Okay, sure, it's not going to follow him. They could have named him Harold or something, so I guess Hoss was an improvement on some of those things. I just thought, there's another great show like this, is The Rifleman. Now this is great. Now I don't want to complain. Chuck Connors was a good, was a good baseball player. He went into acting, but it's like, Chuck, everybody else has a pistol, and you have a rifle, okay? Now this isn't a little bit of a mismatch. They've got to draw it out of their gun. He shot from the hip. He tried to even it out. It's like if he didn't kill somebody and there's 6 minutes left in this show, he was going to kill at least 8 people. And his son is always watching. Paul, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay, son. I just killed those people. It's no problem. People, the generation that is formed, are in the in-school suspension room now, and I can't see why. Another great movie I thought was Deliverance. Now this is a great movie. Burt Reynolds, John Boyd. Burt Reynolds has got his leg cut open, looks like something out of Jaws, And they got all the action, and that one guy says, "You got nice lips, boy. I'll make you squeal like a pig. Hey." I see some of these guys over in Plainsboro. It's kind of scary. Yeah. We got one of them here tonight, in fact. No, he's a good guy. But yeah, Deliverance, great movie. Then they got that one kid, the kid who looked like an inbred with a puppy or something. He's playing the banjo, like, ding, ding, ding. So then the other guy thinks he's real sporty. He reaches into his car and he pulls out his guitar. And he goes, bada bing bing. And the kid answers him back, bada bing bing. Bada bing 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 bing, bada bing 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 bing, bing. And they're going on, everybody's laughing, everybody's happy. Hey, pal, you're keeping up with a retarded kid. Come on. It's like, give me a break. You want to go against them? Go down to Carnegie Hall and go against those guys, But I don't know. I can't figure it out, But we got a good show for you tonight. We're all happy to be here, so we hope you have a good time. First person coming up is a young man. He's from South Brunswick, okay? And he's actually a high school student, but he tries to stay out of trouble. And this is one of those things, you bring in one of those delinquent kids, and you can mix it up. Now, he's a good man. Scott Beauregard, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear Scott Beauregard. Scott Beauregard, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Beauregard. I think we have more chord here. I need more chord. We should just move that through. Anyway, I'm glad to be here. I mean, it's funny. I'm not as big as I look, really. Anyway, we had a program. I went to Trenton State College, played football there, and it was great. When you came in as a freshman, they loaned you 2 inches and 40 pounds as long as you promised to pay it back after graduation. So slowly I'm shrinking back down. It's gonna be terrible. I'll be a short little old man. That's what happens to those little old guys, But I don't mind short little old man. And I'll be bald too. It's terrible. 23 years old, and but I don't mind being a little husky, because guys can be husky. Guys are like, yeah, he's cute, he's huggable, he's cute. Girls are a little overweight, it's like, hey, you over there, yo, pig, yeah, Shamu the whale, yeah, come here, I want to talk to you. Hey, do you born like this, or was it a full-time job? Hey, you're a big girl, And that's like, people always think they said, I want to get one of these cute girls, 95 pounds, like the oversized football jersey down here, they're real cute holding the football. Hi, football. I think, let's be realistic. I'd like to see an oversized girl in an undersized jersey. Jersey comes up to here, 240. How you doing? Hey, let's play football. Hi, I'm East German, you know, playing tackle or something for Pittsburgh. I'm like, yeah, this is good stuff. I don't mind being a little husky, unless it, you know, you have to use the handicap stall. You know, that would be like kind of terrible. So I was in the handicap stall the other day, and not that I had to be in there, but I like to go in there. They got the little railings, you know, so I could lift myself up on the railings and pretend like I'm a World War II bomber. All right, we're over Germany now. Bay doors are open. Bombs away! Ahoy! Then I think, wait a minute. Now, what if somebody who's handicapped has to use this bathroom? I'm thinking, I hear the door open, I hear the wheels roll across the floor, all of a sudden, I'm in there, I'm Raymond Burr, I gotta go! I was like, I'm sorry, I was having fun. And then the cops come, he gives me a ticket. I'm like, officer, what are you giving me a ticket for? Hey, you're parking in the handicap here, pal. But I wasn't parking, I was dropping off. I was gonna drop off and get right out of there. I wasn't parking. He gave me the ticket anyway. Next we got coming up is a good man. He's a teacher by profession, which is a joke in itself, you know. Full-time job, you get out at 3 o'clock. Be realistic. So, Paul Farmer, ladies and gentlemen, Paul.
I do not teach phys ed. I teach Puerto Rico.
That's all, yes, I got it. How you doing, man? Oh. Back.
I can't get a beer?
You can get a beer. Maybe feel free to get up and get a beer.
Okay.
But this is good. This is a bar, isn't it? Cheers, Sam Malone. How are you, Sam? No. But Paul Plummer, he's a good guy. He's Spanish. I like that. But you know, other than being Spanish, the other day I'm out playing golf. You know, and the golf's the only civilized game anymore. Golf's a good game. So me and a buddy of mine are playing around the links, you know, looking good. So this threesome comes by, and they ask if they can play through. I said, sure, go ahead, you know, we're not that good. So the first guy gets up, he's got this long gray beard. And it's like, I turned to my friend, I said, hey, isn't that Moses? He's like, yeah, it's Moses. Well, Moses gets up, he's a pretty good golfer, and he shoots a shot, but it hooks right in a little pond, you know. So it's like, this didn't bother Moses. And he goes up, he parts the water, gets up, chips the ball, it's about a foot from the cup. I'm like, hey, Mo, nice shot, babe. So the next guy gets up, a good-looking guy, thin beard, blue eyes, and it's like, isn't that Jesus? He's like, yeah, it's Jesus. You know, so Jesus gets up, he's got a nice form, and he hits a beautiful shot, but it slices right on a lily pad in that same pond. Well, didn't bother Jesus any. He walks on the water, gets up, chips it 6 inches from the cup. Like, JC. You could have used the 7 on that hole, but hey, nice job. So then the last guy gets this little senior citizen. He didn't look like a real good golfer, and he gets in there, you know, and he hits the ball and goes straight up, turns, heads right for the little pond. All of a sudden, the fish jumps out of the pond, gets the ball in its mouth. Before it hits the water, an eagle comes by, scoops up the fish, drops it on the green. The ball goes out of the fish's mouth, into the hole, hole in one. Jesus turns to the little senior citizen and says, nice shot, Dad. Stop screwing around and play golf. I'm like, I thought that guy looked like George Burns, man. He looked just like him. He had a little hat and the glasses, you know. I don't know. They played a pretty good game. But I just became Catholic, you know, about a year ago. It was real good. I got confirmed, baptized, communion, and penance all on the same day.
Wow.
it was like a Kmart special shoppers, communion, baptism, right in here. Okay, right over there. And I took the course. We talked philosophy, you know, and I'm telling this, you know, why is there air? And the guy's like, well, you know, you're gonna have to. So we're sitting there, and we're in there the first day, and my brother's with me, and they say, we're now going to baptize you, and this will abolish all your sins up to this point. And my brother looks at his watch, he says, wait, it's only 4 o'clock, you want to go out and get a couple more sins before you get through this? My brother's going to get baptized the day before he dies. He's got those figures, I ain't going to hell, no way. But you know, I'm not from a religious family, but my mom was Baptist. She was from North Philly, and they had a real nice, you know, congregation. They had the silk robes, and a couple of deacons up there, and then they had like the real nice baptism pool, 2 lifeguards, 3-meter board. I mean, it's a gorgeous thing. It's North Philly, I loved it, you know. I thought being Catholic was kind of neat, but for the first year, it's like I'm up there, I'm telling God to steal second. And he never got picked off in second. God is quick. He's like, yeah, God, way to go, man. And then we're sitting there and we're in church, And you're sitting down, then you stand up, then you kneel down, you sit down, you stand up. It's like squat thrust. I'm going. I turn to my girlfriend. It's like, are they doing this for my benefit? It's like, yo, the fat guy in the third pew, pick it up, pal. Come on, you gotta keep up with God. Come on now, get in shape, will you? Stand up. I'm going. Then we're doing this thing that halfway through the thing, right at the end, and I don't know what's going on. It's my first time. That guy turns from in front of me. He looks right in my eye and he says, "Peace be with you." And I'm like, absolutely, dude, yeah! This guy told me, peace be with me, yeah? And he's telling everybody else I thought that cheap, you know? I thought it was special. I couldn't figure it out. But the big thing, you have that little communion wafer, you know? And this is supposed to turn into the body of Christ and everything. I'm like, do they ever run out? And if they do, if they run out, do they run down to Wawa to get some more? It's like, excuse me, communion wafers? Third row on the right. Okay, I'll get them. Thank you. It's like, and who makes them, right? I mean, are they made like the little friars with the outfit and the little bald head, right? Or they're really made by Keebler and Nabisco, right? I mean, this is the body of Christ. Why can't they be made by elves in a hollow tree? You never see the bag? No, they always have them in that little cup, you know? I don't know. Right now we're going to take 5 minutes, you know, a little potty break and all that kind of stuff. And we had a couple other people, a man who worked in New York City, a beautiful young lady with large tracts of land. And, well, we're going to have a good time. We have a musical comedian who's going to entertain you. So we're going to take 5 minutes, a tight, quick 5 minutes, get you all back in here, the 7 or 8 of you, and we'll play a little basketball. We'll have a good time. You can, you know, have a good time. All right, so 5 minutes, we'll see you back here. All right. Mingle with the comedian. Mingle, drink. Pretend race on. Whoops, this one's like blind yesterday. We blow a fuse? Nope. Journey.
Holy cow!
How many things you got on there?
Hold on!
Where your fingers, Laura?
Okay.
Life has Stevie Wonder.
No. That's very much preferable lighting, considering where that one points.
You don't like that one?
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
How long have you been a Republican?
Since birth, it seems.
How you born?
I was born a Republican, it wasn't right.
Came out sideways.
Yeah, I can't. Hey, are we back? We're back. Well, no, we're not. Courtney needs music here. Hey, we're still, how come this is on? We know it's on.
The mic's down too. We blew a fuse? We don't have any heat either. That's
So does the soda machine work?
I can do that if I have to.
Well, if you have to, we'll see what we can.
That wasn't big.
You want to get rid of this?
Yes.
Either that,
Everybody, let's all right there. Want to get rid of
either
it.
that, or maybe you can just fill in all, like, there's a whole bunch of tables here. Just, I'll sit there.
We're out of the clinic now. We're fine.
Here it comes.
All right. Well, you want to kill this? It's up to you.
Either that or can we like...
What are you turning?
Wait, you're not going to get a video if you get rid of that light.
Yeah, it's true. And we're doing this production company.
Oh, that's even worse.
Right in your hand.
Just swing that way.
That's better.
Just swing
That's
that
good,
way.
right there.
It's good?
I'll just stand here.
That's good. I smell flesh burning. That's good.
Is that better?
Now you're ruining it.
I wrote it.
That's good. Yeah, point it out.
Well, I got tape here. Jersey Physics here. We'll tape it. Yeah, don't worry. Hold it. Hey. How's that? No.
I'll hold
That's
it.
good. That's all good.
I'll hold it.
How's that?
What, how long you're underneath?
That's good. That's good.
Morty, hand him the mic.
As soon as your hot hand gets...
All right, we're back. We're back. Phallic. All right. Now, hey, we're glad you all made it back. We didn't run out to the parking lot and leave or something, you know. There's nobody been here.
Can't take a bucket.
We trapped you in here. That's right, it's my car blocking yours. I saw you come in, I'm already.
If the guy-
But I just want to tell you real quick. the worst thing happened was the lady who, our caravan is named after, Pat Carolyn, who is a performer herself. She's also usually the MC. She fell down and got hurt yesterday. This is really true.
Right.
She sort of looks like Dolly Parton, okay? Large and big wigs. You got her wig?
No.
Oh. And I was gonna wear it as a hair weave, you know. And she put on roller skates. She thought this would be real sporty. So she's on this. We're over at Cottrell's on Fridays. Tell your friends. Tell your parents to come or something. And she's out there on the skates and she's skating around like this. And she catches on the wire and goes, boom! They had a concussion. So she's still in the hospital. So we like to dedicate this game to Pat, you know. And get down on one knee. No, we were full bad, but I wanted her to know that we're thinking about her, and you know, she sort of got us all together and brought Mr. Landis in, so we're happy to have it. Next coming up is a new member of the troupe, Courtney Cottrell. So, like, you know, this is sort of like our living room, you know. Gotta go to the bathroom or something.
He didn't say that during his show.
Thanks, Lori. Yeah. How'd you know about the sex change? But hey, we're rolling right along here. We're gonna got more people coming up. Next coming up, Scott Beauregard's gonna come up for a couple more minutes. We'll talk to you a couple things. And so Scott Beauregard, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Beauregard. Scott Beauregard. All right, Scott. Team player, I like that, good man. I didn't want to be a celebrity, you know. I didn't want to be a celebrity. Okay, I'm gonna touch on this physics major. That was quick. Good thing he wasn't Greek. He went right behind me. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. You're okay. Okay. Well, I didn't want to be a celebrity. You know, I never want to be a celebrity. I said, you know, I couldn't handle that. Because one time I'm at a bar, I'm hanging out, I'm bartending, and John Wayne comes in. He's like, bartender, excuse me. John Wayne, holy John Wayne, how you doing, John Wayne? Your biggest fans, you know, Green Beret, yeah, John Wayne. And he's like, well, yeah, you got a private men's room in here? Oh, Mr. Wayne, I'm sorry, we just got the public men's room back there. All right, well, give me a beer. All right, Mr. Wayne. A couple minutes later, he asked me again, he says, you got a private men's room in here? And I'm like, oh, Mr. Wayne, I'm one of your biggest fans. If we had one, I'd let you use it, but we just got the public one back there, you know? So, he says, well, I guess that'll have to do. A couple minutes, somebody comes back, he's sopping wet. I'm like, Mr. Wayne, what happened to you? You're sopping wet. What happened? He's like, it happens all the time. I walk into the private men's room, everybody spins around and says, hey, you're John Wayne! I couldn't be a celebrity. But next coming up, we got Marlene DeViva, okay? She's beautiful and buxom. Hey, Marlene DeViva. There's coming in.
Thank you, Wade.
Princeton's a fun town, you know. I love New Jersey. I love Tom Kane, you know, the governor does commercials, you know. That's a great state, you know, governor. Marriott, want to do commercials? No way. I mean, hey, I'm going to move back. You guys sit down. Just so we don't crash.
No, that's theirs.
Is it sure?
Take that.
No.
I'm talking about Tom Kane. I'm glad you guys could make it. Make it real cozy now, okay? Alright, this is like a Volkswagen. How many people can we get in this room, you know? They're gonna fix it two ways. We're gonna leave it like this or take the tables out. We were trying to figure it. We didn't know what we wanted to do with it. We could fix it up somewhere. But Tom Kane's great. He gets on the TV. He's over there. And he's talking about New Jersey. He's like, this is Tom Kane for New Jersey. New Jersey. Where can you go skiing on a landfill? Drive by toxic waste and oil refineries on your way to a polluted seashore. Pollution in New Jersey. Perfect together. Yeah, okay, Sam. Okay. People are going to come here for vacation, okay? Everybody makes fun of New Jersey. All right, the next band we got coming up is a professional. Worked in several clubs in... It's like somebody behind me. This girl's like, I'm not even doing anything up here, you know? So watch her for a while. All right, we're all looking at you now. Yeah, we're looking for recruits. No, seriously, we are. At the end of the show, I'll let you know if anybody thinks that they got a knack for this. More than welcome to come over and talk to us. All right, so next man coming up, if I can find him. He's hiding somewhere. Is Ken Fowler. He works in several clubs in New York. We're real glad to have him. We're glad to have him here. Let me see if I'm there. He's there. All right. There's the talking door there. It's just kind of a trick, you know. All right, Ken Fowler, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm in trouble now. I ain't no football player. One of my problems.
Yeah, this is great.
What,
Is
is
it
it
personal?
personal door tonight?
No, I did.
So, I'm in trouble now, huh? How's everybody doing?
Tonight, I'm going to go back and put on my neck brace, like one last hand for all the other great people that are here tonight. Courtney, Marlena, this guy, I forget the other. But have a nice night, and remember, drive fast, roads are slippery.
Ken. Hey, Ken, yeah.
Yo, again.
I'm taking you hostage, baby. I'm Iranian, okay? Can you tell? Blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm Iranian. This is fun stuff. Hey, we're glad you all came. You know, I just want to tell you this one story. You know, it's hard getting work, and that's why people do stuff like this. You know, I got out of college. I'm like, I gotta find something to do. I gotta find what can I do? What can I do? I said, I know what I'll do. I know. I don't want to go into education. I know that's a joke anyway. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to become a professional wrestler. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I'm going to go out and find myself a manager. I found myself the best manager there was. He was tough. He was a tough manager. And he said, kid, I'm going to train you. I'm going to make you a champion. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be a champion. Okay. So I went out and I had a bunch of bouts, and I'm winning. I'm undefeated. Finally, we get a bout with the Russian bear. Okay? I'm back in the locker room. And my kid, you're the best I ever trained. You're tough, you're mean, you're good looking. Alright, you're tough and you're mean. And so, kid, whatever you do though, kid, whatever you do, don't get in the pretzel. I'm like, okay. Don't get in the pretzel. Don't get in the pretzel. Alright, kid, go out there, go get him, go at him. So I get into the match, 10 seconds go by, not only does the Russian bear got me in the pretzel, he's all slapped up. My manager can't take it, he looks away. All of a sudden, there's a roar from the crowd. He spins back, not only have I broken out of the pretzel, Superman, like, I broke it out of the pretzel, I got the Russian bear on his back, they slapped the mat back in the locker room. My manager said, kid, how'd you do it? 10 years, no one's ever broken out of the pretzel. How'd you do it? Well, he had me in the pretzel, and he had this arm up like this, and he had this leg stuck up here like this. And just before I passed out, I saw the 2 biggest balls I've ever seen. So I bit them. And you don't know how strong you get when you bite your own ball. And I'm okay. Fine work. But you know, it's one other thing I want to say. You know, it's kind of cozy, you know, we're kind of having a good time down here, Peacock Basement, okay? And I thought, you know, you hear that the stories about all those handicapped people. People are picking on handicapped people. And they, you know, they said, what do you call a guy who's got this, and what do you got to call, you know? And I think, hey, what if you got them all in the same room, okay? A lot like this, you know, you guys got the feeling. And I'm sitting there talking, and I said, hey, you know, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the middle of the lake? So I turned to my friend Bob, and I said, hey Bob, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the ocean? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Skip and I said, hey Skip, what do you call a girl with no arms and no legs that he hits by a car? And he didn't know, so I turned to my friend Sue and I said, hey Sue, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs at the front door? She didn't know, so I opened the front door and I said, hey Matt, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs at the bottom of a pit? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Phil and I said, hey Phil, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs nailed to the wall? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Art and I said, hey Art, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs halfway down Tina Turner's throat? I don't know, so I turned to my friend Mike and I said, hey Mike, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs halfway down Liberace's throat? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Dick and I said, I'm glad to have him all here. It's sort of how life is. We had a good time here. But it is getting late. We were glad to have you. I got one more story I can tell you. You want to hear one more story? Yeah.
Wait, Walt, wait.
That's what they're saying at work. I just got fired. They're like, bring back Wade. It was fun. All right, this is an old story. This is an old story, but I want to tell it because I enjoy telling it. It's sort of like an audience participation, and you probably heard this story before because it's an old story, but I want to tell you because I enjoy it. So anyway, you know, there's this fire. There's a lady up at the 10th story, and she's got her baby. And she's up there, and she's, help me, I got my baby, you gotta save my baby. Fireman comes running. Lady, throw me the baby. Throw me the baby. I'll catch it. No, you won't catch it. You won't catch it. Lady, I was an all-pro tight end. Throw me the baby. I didn't drop a pass. 37 straight games. Throw me the baby. He finally talks her into it. She drops back. She fakes to the bureau. Drops back. She throws out the window. He gets caught in the wind. The fireman starts running. He's running. The crowd hushes. He reaches out on his fingertips. He catches the baby. Should I? He turns on the crowd goes wild and he spikes the baby! Play for the Giants. Now, we want to thank you all for coming. This is Pat Carolyn's Comedy Caravan, okay, under the production of Dick Landis. We're at Cottrell's every Friday night. 2 shows. We're trying to figure out around either 8:30 after dinner show and 10 o'clock. Okay. Hey, Guido, how you doing? Hey, Rocky, yo, okay. Okay, Spot's still on back there in the corner. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, hey, we're at Cottrell's Friday night, 8:30 after dinner show and 10 o'clock bar show. And then we're here every Saturday night, starting about 8:30, and we can have 2 shows. We can have, depends how many people show up. We have 1 show. We're flexible, you know. But we're having a good time. So thank you very much for coming. If anybody's interested in becoming a comedian, come look for us after the show. Mingle with comedians. Take a comedian home with you tonight. That's the best. Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Is there anything? Well, yeah, well, give me a beer. So a couple minutes later, you know, he goes, hey, bartender. Mr. Wayne, how are you? You got a private men's room? Oh, Mr. Wayne, I'm one of your biggest fans. If I had a private men's room, I'd let you use it, but we just got the public one back there. Well, I guess it'll have to do. A couple minutes later, John Wayne comes back. He's sopping wet. Mr. Wayne, what happened to you? You're sopping wet. Look at you. What happened? What happens all the time? I walk into the public men's room. Everybody spins around and says, hey, you're John Wayne. Now, I don't want to do That's terrible. Oh, I get to it. That's what it is. You know, I went to college, had a good time at college, and it's like, I lived with 5 guys in one room, a 1-room apartment, okay? It's about this big, and it's real sporty. I thought this is, so let me give you an idea of exactly what it's like to live with 5 football players in a 1-room apartment, okay? It's kind of vivid, but I want
for myself.
to...
So do I.
Oh, that's a different night now. I remember those parties. Now, so we figured out it's August, okay? Really hot August. Think of the sleaziest restaurant you've ever seen. Don't go in it. Go around back and jump in the dumpster, okay? Now, this is during the week. Now, on the weekends, this was like, find a wino. Feed them a huge industrial can of baked beans, okay? A quarter muscatel and 2 6-packs. Bring them in the dumpster with you, and then kick them in the stomach every 10 minutes. All right? Because I enjoyed these guys, though. These are kind of fun. The kind of guys who walk around nude, you know, picking their ass. It's like, yeah, how you doing there? Yeah, this is good. All right. I like these guys. I don't know. Why do I like these guys?
Maybe we have so much in common.
I don't know. All right. So anyway, what was I just thinking? Oh, anyway. So I figured I got out of college. I got to do something. I said, I know I'm going to become a professional wrestler. So I went out and got myself a manager. Got myself the best manager I could get. He was tough. He was mean. He says, kid. He says, kid, I'm going to train you. I'm going to make you a champion, kid. You're tough. You're big. You're strong. I'm going to make you a champion. All right, I want to be a champion now.
You got it.
I got it. All right, I want to be a champion. I'm going to be a champion. So I get a champ. I'm undefeated. I got a championship bout with the Russian Bear. We're back in the locker room before the bout. My manager's there. Kid. Are you trained? You're the best I ever trained. You're tough, kid. You're mean. You're big. Whatever you do, kid, though. I ain't that small. Whatever you do, kid. Whatever you do. Don't get in the pretzel. Okay. I'm like, don't get in the pretzel. Don't get in the pretzel. I can do that. So we go out to the match. 10 seconds go by. The Russian Bear's got me in the pretzel. My manager can't watch. He twines away. All of a sudden, there's a roar from the crowd. Not only have I broken out of the pretzel, I've got the Russian Bear on his back. They slap the mat back in the locker room. Kid, how'd you do it? 10 years, no one's ever broken out of the pretzel. How'd you do it? Well, I was starting to get dizzy. And he had my elbow and he had my foot up my head. I was just about to pass out. Above me, I saw the two biggest balls I've ever seen. So I bit them. And you don't know how strong you get when you bite your own balls. And before I leave, I thought this thing one time. I'm having a good time with this microphone. This one thing, I said, you know all those jokes about the guys who are handicapped? Okay, we'll pick on the handicapped a little more. And if all those people who are no arms and no legs and everything, and they had a different name for them, I said, well, what if you got them all in one room, sort of a lot like this, you know, and started talking to them. So I'm sitting there and I said, you know, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the middle of a lake? So nobody seemed to know, so I turned to my friend Bob and I said, hey, Bob, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the middle of the ocean? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Skip and I said, hey, Skip, what do you call a girl with no arms and no legs that hits that? What was that rubber boat bumpy bumper? A girl with no arms and no legs that gets hit by a car. He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Sue and I said, hey, Sue, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs from here down? She didn't know, so I turned to my friend Neil and I said, hey, Neil, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs at the front door? He didn't know, so I opened the front door and I said to my friend Matt and I said, hey, Matt, what do you call a guy with no arms and legs in the bottom of a pit? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Phil and I said, hey, Phil, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs nailed to the wall? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Art and I said, hey, Art. Nailed to the wall? Oh, it's going real good. So anyway, so I said, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs halfway down Tina Turner's throat? So they didn't know, so I turned to my friend Mike and I said, hey, Mike, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs halfway down Liberace's throat? He didn't know, so I turned to my friend Dick and I said, Dick, I got it.
Connections, he sure does. Now, Wade has studied improvisation, he has done comedy, and he is one hell of a comedian. So I'm so glad we have more people coming in. This room is going to get filled up yet. Here's a fellow who makes me wish I were 100 pounds thinner and 30 years younger. Here you go, Wade.
All right, hey. All right, yeah. Yeah, we're big in the Mafia, yeah. I'm real big in the Mafia. Look at 240 big in the Mafia. That's... Now this is my memory. Just put this stuff. This is nice, isn't this? Is real nice. This is sort of like an old computer or something. It's like, open the pod, Hal. I mean, boom, 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 boom. I don't know what that is. Now, I'm not really as big as I look, you know. We had a program with the Trent State College. We had a nice program over there. Played football and all, and they used to say when you came in as a freshman, they'd loan you 2 inches and 20 pounds as long as you promised to pay it back after graduation. So now I'm shrinking, you know. Football players are fun, though, because we always wear, at Trent State, you know, it's getting very academic. It's getting very big. So they said they want all the football players to wear their cum on their shirt. We thought, all right, this is good, this is good. So you should have my cum on my shirt today. The decimal fell off. I really, you know, the scale is 0 to 4. So here I'm a 0.6, but we had a good team. We had a good team. You know, not real smart guys. The quarterbacks were like 1.2, 1.4 on the scale of 1 to 4. We were doing good. You had those running backs at 0.25. These guys are quick. They're not too bright, but they're fun. They're fun. You know, I love football. Football's such a great game, though. It's like the only sport where you've got 4 coaches on the sideline there, and they've all got clipboards with notes and everything on it, and then you got 4 more coaches up in the press box on a headset to the other coach, and they're all watching the same game. It's like the coach is like, Coach, can you hear me, Coach? Yeah, Coach, yeah, I can hear you. Hey, Coach, we're the blue team, right? Yeah, Coach, got to hear on the clipboard, we're the blue team, no problem with that. I guess let's play football, okay, yeah. You see anything else up there, let me know, you know, cheerleader in the 3rd row, I heard it's real cute. So, yeah, you know. All right, great, well, let's watch a game, you know, hey, okay. I don't know, football's a great game. I like it, but by trade, I'm not a comedian. No, I got a real job. I'm making a couple bucks, yeah. I'm in education. Can you tell I'm a trigonometry teacher, that's right. I get up there, you know, those angles and stuff, and no, I'm only kidding. I teach gym. It's a good class, you know, you get out there, kick a couple of basketballs out. Hey, you guys go play, I'll be over here reading the paper if you need anything. Hey, don't foul nobody, okay? Now, the worst part about being a phys ed teacher is, like, you get out there, and you go, okay, hey, yeah, you know, Johnny Football, Billy Baseball, you guys go over and start a game. You 4 girls here, yeah, you get another game, pick it up over there, try to make a basket or something. All right, the rest of you dorks, come over here, I'll tell you try to touch your toes or something, okay? There's no way I'm giving you any kind of weapon or baseball or something. You'll kill each other, it'll be like manslaughter, I can't do it. I said no, but I like education. Education's a good time. I'm hanging in there with that. And my real, with part of that, they couldn't give me a job just teaching gym, so they said, all right, well, Wade, we want you to, you're a big guy, you know, we want you to monitor the in-school suspension room. Okay? It's a room, it's about as big as one of these tables. It's real sporty. They put every derelict and deviant student in the school in this room for a day. Okay, so we got about 300, 400 kids in this room. And we're in there, it's like I gotta monitor them, you know? It's like everybody's wearing leather jackets, you know? They're real tough. Yeah, man. They got their leather on. It's like, don't touch my leather. They got brands, not on the leather, on their bodies. And they're like, don't bug me, man. I go out and get a bud, you know? And they're all pumped up. It's like there's enough leather in this room for bonanza. It's like, bum-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum-bum, Little Joe, Pa, Hoss. What kind of name is Hoss, okay? Well, it's like, all right, the lady had a baby. It was 14 or 15 pounds, okay? It's like, what should we name him? Let's name him Hoss. Hoss always got that wore big hat, you know? It's like, yeah, this is good. That's a good name. And then there's like show like The Rifleman. Rifleman's a great show too, you know? And the same kind of thing. You got Chuck Connors, a great baseball player, not real big on acting, but it's like he's got a rifle, everybody else has a pistol, Chuck, okay? I'm saying, this isn't really unfair or anything, okay? You've got like 27 shots, they've got 6, you know? He ducks the first 3 or 4 and then sits here and says, hey, how you doing? I got a rifle. He can shoot from like 2 miles away and pick somebody off. I'm like, Chuck, and then his kid is always watching. And it's like there's 6 minutes left in the show, and he hasn't shot anybody. He's going to kill about 12 people. And Paul, you okay? Yeah, I just killed those 12 people, son, but I'm okay. No problem. No worry about it. I grew up watching this. They wonder why I'm in there watching these deviant kids now, you know? It's like this is what they're growing up. It's on CBN, too, Christian Brothers Network. We're going to show The Rifleman. This is good programming. No problem. I'm like, yeah. And then there's like, a great movie. Deliverance. I thought it was a good movie. You got John Voight, Burt Reynolds. You know, he's got his legs split open with something out of Jaws or something. And we got that little mongoloid kid. Looks like he's inbred with a puppy or something sitting there. And it's like, you know, like one eye over here. And he's playing the banjo. Bada bing bing. So the other guy gets out of the car and he's like, hey, I got my guitar. Reaches in, pulls out his guitar. He's being real suave. He's real cool. He's like, he starts playing with the kid. Bada bing bing. The kid's like, bada bing bing. It's like, bada bing bing. The kid's like, bada bing bing. Bada bing 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 bing. Bada bing 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 bing. And everybody's real happy and they're all, yeah, this is great. Hey, pal, you keep it up with the retarded kid, okay? Come on. I mean, if you want to play with somebody, go down to Carnegie Hall. Stay up with those guys. That's a challenge. Jeez, this kid, you know, he's got the IQ on him. Some football player's Renton State, and he's trying to keep up with the dude. I was like, oh my God, what is this terrible? But I don't mind being big. I think, you know, it's like okay for guys to be a little chubby. Guys are like huggy and cuddly, you know what I mean. And, I want it done. And it's like, you know, girls like that, yo, he's so huggable, yeah, you know. It's like a girl's a little overweight. It's like, yo, hey, yo, pig, yeah, you, Shamu, come over here. Let me ask you, is that a full-time job or you born like that or what? You know, you're a big girl. And everybody's like, they want to see that real cute 95-pound girl in the oversized football jersey comes down to here, you know, and she's got a football and says, want to play football? I go, this isn't really realistic. I'd like to see a girl like 240 with an undersized football jersey up to here. How you doing? Yeah, let's play football. All right. This is a cute girl to me. I'm like, yeah, all right, 240. Floppy and wet. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's shaky. I think it was okay if you're husky. It's okay if you're husky. As long as you don't get too overweight that you got to use, like, the handicap stall, you know? So I'm in the handicap stall the other day. Not that I had to be in there. I just like to go in because I have a good time. You know, they got those little bars, right? So all I had to do is I prop myself up on the bars, and I pretend I'm a World War II bomber. It's like we're over the target. Bay doors are open. We just destroyed Berlin. Then I think, oh my God, what happens if a handicapped person has to use the bathroom? All of a sudden the door opens, and there I hear like a wheelchair come across the floor. All of a sudden it's, let me in there, I've got to go, I'm Raymond Burr, let me in there. And it's like the cop come, he's writing me a ticket. I'm like, officer, what are you writing me a ticket for? Hey, you're parking in the handicap zone here, pal. You're parking, no, officer, I wasn't parking, I was dropping off, I swear. I was going to drop off and get right out of there. It wasn't me, he gave me the ticket anyway. I was so crushed. But, you know, I didn't get to play much at Trenton State, and I was really bummed by that. But one day, we're out there, we're losing to a team. It's like 7-0. My folks are there, and they start chanting, you know. They're like, we want Wade. We want Wade. I was like, yeah, I thought that was kind of nice, you know, shucks. And And then, so then the games were losing like 21-0. And so like, they had some friends in the band and some of my other friends were up in the stand. So like half the home bleachers just chanting, "We want Wade, we want Wade." So the game's going, it's after halftime, it's like the fourth quarter. People on the other side of the stadium from the visitors team are chanting. They're so bored, they're like, "We want Wade, we want Wade, Wade." And they're going crazy. The whole stadium, they're doing the wave, "We want Wade, we want Wade." And they're going off. So the coach looks at me, gives me the coaching nod. I scramble for my helmet. I think we're losing like 38-0. I think this is my big chance. I'm going to go in the game, score 39 points at defensive tackle. I'm going to, for people who don't play football, defensive tackles never touch the ball in a career of 17 years, let alone like three minutes left in the game. So I run up to the coach, throw my helmet on. Coach, what is it? He goes, "Wade, I want you to go up in the stands and find out what those people want." Probably want to ride home or something. But, this is cute. So anyway, you know, I just became Catholic. You know, I met a nice girl, you know, Irish Catholic, family of 10, you know, who could figure. And so, you know, it had nothing to do with me becoming a Catholic. I was always going to do it. And so we get in there, and I got baptized, confirmed, communion, penance, all on the same day. All right? It's like I walk into the place, the priest is there. It's like, "All right, son, we're going to baptize you now. Every sin you've had up to this point will be absolved." My brother's with me. He's a fun kind of guy. He looks at his watch and says, "Hey, wait, it's only about 4 o'clock. You want to go out and get a couple more sins before we start this thing?" I'm like, yeah, maybe we could run out for a little while. Now, I'm not from a religious family, but my mom was from North Philly, and she was a Baptist, okay? And they had like the high-class whole, you know, baptism setup. They had the 2 deacons, they had like the silk robes, the beautiful baptism pool, 2 lifeguards, 3-meter board. I mean, this was big time. They were all pumped up. And I was like, yeah, I like that. We're in church, and I'm like, I'm always in there, and I'm telling God to steal second. It's like, go. God never gets picked off. He's like, real quick. Yeah, God, no problem, baby. Yeah, steal, baby, go. Give him the go sign. And I'm in there, I'm having a good time. The church is fun. And we're in there, and they do all that up-down stuff. You know, you sit down, you stand up, kneel down, sit down. It's like squat thrust. I'm going, okay. I'm like, I turn over. I mean, are they doing this for my benefit or what? She's like, it's like, "Yo, the fat guy in the 3rd pew, pick it up, pal. You got to work out to keep up with God. Come on now." I'm like, yeah, I'm working out. Everything is new to me. Everything I do is new to me. The guy in front of me turns around. It's near the end of the thing. He's going to do the sign of peace. So the guy turns around and he says, "Peace be with you." I'm like, "Absolutely, dude! Yeah, man! This guy's telling peace be with me!" Then he starts telling 3 or 4 other people. I felt like cheap, you know? I thought I was special, you know? Giving everybody peace. So I don't believe it. And then the worst part, I get up there for communion, and it's like, "Body of Christ." I'm like, yeah, can I get a fries and a shake with that? Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't know. And then, you know, they're teaching me everything from step 1. So they give you the wafer, and they say, "Mary, you're not allowed to chew it." Okay. I can understand that. Like, you know, God is not supposed to be, like, tough, and you have to, you know, dig in there. I got a piece of God stuck in this tooth here. Okay, I got it. No, it's like, all right, so he's supposed to dissolve gently. I can just see me up there going, "Hey, he's good. This is good stuff. This is my best meal since that Andy's crash. Yeah, this is good. I like this." And I'm thinking, yeah, the wafers are nice, you know, these are, hey, can I have another one of those? I'm going back to my seat. I want to get a couple for my friends. But I'm up there and I'm thinking, hey, do they ever run out? And if they do they run down to Wawa to get some more? It's like, no, he runs in, "Communion wafers? 3rd row to the right, sir. Thank you, I'll get some." And it's like, he comes in, you never see the bag. It's like, who makes them? Keebler? Nabisco? All right, it's supposed to be the body of Christ. Why can't they Take 2. Okay. Run there. Paul, where's your video machine? Run that back. All right. And it's like,
Why can't they?
yeah! She's a stenographer, yeah, so she's got everything typed out. It's like, why can't they be made by elves in a hollow tree, you know? Made by elves in a hollow tree. That's terrible. But, you know, I love sports. Sports are great. And I'm having such a good time in sports. The only civilized game left in the world is golf. Golf's a great game. You get up there on the links, you know, you get that nice stuff. Bob Hope's out there. Hey, Bob. How are you? And so we're out playing golf, being a buddy of mine, and then this threesome comes through. They said, "Do you mind if we play through?" I'm like, ah, sure, go ahead. So the first guy gets up, he's got this long gray beard. I lean over to my friend, I said, isn't that Moses? He's like, yeah, it's Moses. So Moses gets up, he's a pretty good golfer. He's got the robe on, but he's playing well. And he takes a shot and it slices right for a pond. We're like, hey, tough shot, Mo. It didn't seem to bother him. He goes up, he parts the pond, gets into the middle, chips it. It's about a foot from the cup. We're like, nice shot, you know. So the next guy, a good-looking, blue-eyed guy, light beard, and I'm like, isn't that Jesus? He's like, yeah, it's Jesus. So Jesus gets up. He's pretty good. He just takes a nice shot, curves again, right for that same pond. It lands right on a lily pod. Lily pod. That's the plural for lily pad. Lily pod. Lily pad in the middle of the lake. And it doesn't seem, it's like, Jesus, no problem. He walks on water. He gets out there to the lily pad. He chips it about 6 inches from the cup. We're like, hey, JC, you could use the 7 on that hole, but hey, that was a nice shot anyway, you know. I play out of the pond. I use the 6 iron, but you know. So the last guy gets up. There's a little senior citizen. Well, he didn't look like a very good golfer, so he gets up there and he just hits the ball, boom! It goes straight up into the air. It's curving right for that same little pond. All of a sudden, a fish jumps out of the pond, grabs the ball in his mouth. Before he hits the water, an eagle comes by, scoops up the fish, drops the fish on the green. The ball goes out of the fish's mouth into the hole, hole in one. Jesus turns to the little old man and says, nice shot, Dad. He stops screwing around to play golf. And I'm like, I thought that guy looked like George Burns. He looked just like him. He had the hat and the thick glasses, you know. I was like, George Burns. He's great. I don't know. Where am I? I don't know. This is my cheat sheet. This is wonderful. Oh, was I talking about in-school suspension? Anyway, where's the video machine? We're going all the way back there. You know? Now, my last thing I just want to tell you about this in-school suspension thing's great. They finally caught on, okay? You got a principal, you got a kid. The kid does something wrong, principal comes up. All right, you've got detention. Kid's like, oh yeah? All right, that's 2 detentions. Who cares? All right, that's 3 detentions. I don't give a... Well, that's it. You're suspended. You're out of school for 3 days. The kid turns around and goes, I thought he was going to keep me after school for 3 days. That is school is great. It's like, all right, yeah, we're really punishing them, okay? We're telling him, you can't go to school today. The rest of the week, they're kind of, Mom, do I have to go to school today? I feel sick. And they're doing the whole thing. Finally, they came up with this in-school suspension thing. Like I said, they got all the deviants in one room. They got the leather on. They're all tough, you know. They got the 1 earring. They got the 2 earrings here. They got the earring in their nose. They got the earring in their cheek. And like, this is over at Princeton Day School, so I don't even know what public school is. I had a good time hanging out up here. You know, I always have a good time. And next coming back, Pat Cameron's coming back up here. And thank you very much.
You know, Wade and I work in the same school. I keep my day job. I'm not sorry yet. Give me time. Isn't he terrific? Yeah, I call up at the parents and I say hello.
Caravan of Comedy now. I'm running the production of Dick Landis. We're glad you all can make it here. The first time I came in here, I said, yeah, this is a real nice room. I said, I didn't expect the Astrodome, but I didn't, figure the coat check room was going to be where we were going to be doing this. This is kind of personal, you know. How you doing? Yeah, I've been here in the living room and sit right down, but I like being here. It's a good thing. Really, though, I have a real job. I'm in education, that's right. If you can't tell, I'm a teacher. Yeah, as you guessed, I teach trigonometry. I do, yeah, no problem with that. Nah, I'm only kidding. I'm a gym teacher, yeah, I am. That's not a real job, though. You know, you walk out there, kids are sitting around, you kind of go, all right, here's a couple of balls. I'll be over here reading the paper. If anybody has a problem or something, call me, all right? No, really, I go out there, and they've got the kids sitting looking at you. It's like, all right, you four athletes, yeah, Johnny baseball, Billy softball, yeah, go over there and start a game, and you girls over here, you get a ball, go over there and pretend you're playing the game. All right, the rest of you dorks, there's no way I'm giving you a weapon. I give you a ball or a bat or something, you'll kill each other. There's no way I'm gonna. And I'm thinking, you know, education's not a real job. I mean, you get off at 3 o'clock. I mean, what? That's a part-time job. I can't figure it out. So I was like, I got out of college. I said, I gotta find something to do, you know. So I was a football player in college. I had a good time doing that. Trenton State, went to Trenton State college. It was a good school, and they're real big on academics now, you know. So with the football team, they want us to wear our cume on our jerseys, you know. So I was like number 60. So I'm thinking, yeah, well, the decimal point's right here, so it's .60. I had a pretty good cume. We had a couple of real smart guys. They were quarterbacks. They were like 1.4 and 1.7. I was like, yeah, these guys are smart. A couple of running backs, .20. Real quick, but not too bright. I was worried about them. But part of my job is I'm the supervisor of the in-school suspension room. Now, it's a room that's a little smaller than this, if you can believe that. I mean, it's hard to imagine. And they try to take every derelict and punk and deviant in the school, and they stick them in this room for a day, okay? So I had about 300 kids in the other day. And I've got to watch them. I've got to keep my eye on them. And they, schools finally figured it out. First, the kid's bad. They yell, "You've got detention. You're staying after school." Oh, this is good because he can't get home in time for the heavy metal rock hour on MTV. So the kid's real upset. And then the kid's mouthing off again. All right. You've got 2 detentions. The kid's mouthing off again. It's like, all right, fine. You're suspended for 3 days. You're out of school for. The kid's like, I'm out of school for 3 days. That means I get to sleep till 1 or 2. This is great. No problem. So they finally figured it out and took administrators a little while. And they said, I know what we'll do. We'll keep them in schools. And they came up with in-school suspension. And these kids are in there. They've got the leather jackets on. They've got brands, not on the jackets, on their bodies. And they're real tough. They got 1 earring, and they got 2 earrings. They got an earring in their cheek and an earring in their nose. And, and these guys are, and this is over at Princeton Day School, so I don't even know what public school is like. I'm like, oh, my God. I can't figure it out. There's so much leather in the room, it's like Bonanza. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum. Joe, Paul, Hoss. Yeah, I know the guy weighed like 15 pounds when he was born, but what do they call him, horse? He was as big as a horse, I know that, but, oh, big as a horse? No. Anyway, I thought it was a great show. It was always a lot of fun. Then you got a show like The Rifleman, and this is another great show. And I'm thinking, Chuck Connor's a real good baseball player, nice guy and everything, but Chuck, everybody else in the West had a pistol, you had a rifle. Okay, this isn't really fair. They've got 6 shots, you've got like 24 in a gun. 5 minutes are left in the show. He hasn't shot anybody, so he's got to kill about 12 people. Bodies laying everywhere. His kid comes running out. Pa, are you okay? Yes, son, I'm okay. I had to kill those 12 people, though, but I'm fine. Don't worry about it. It's no problem. And then you figure, why are kids who sit and watch this in the in-school suspension room? And I don't really know. I grew up with it. I'm fine. Look at me. But, what was I thinking about? In-school suspension. I've lost my train of thought. But, anyway. So I'm playing football, and I think, I had my big shot, 1 game, and we're out there, and we're losing about 7-0. And, my folks are out in the stands and some friends, and they start cheering. We want Wade. We want Wade. So things are going, we're losing like 21-0. So I had some friends in the band and a couple other people, they're out there, and they all start cheering. It's like the whole home side of bleachers are cheering. We want Wade. We want Wade. So things go on the way they go, and we're losing a game 37-0. Okay, it's the 4th quarter. There's like 2 minutes left in the game. The game is so boring. People in the visiting stands are cheering. The whole stadium is cheering. We want Wade. We want Wade. I think this is my big chance. I'm going to go in and score 38 points from my defensive lineman position. For people who don't play football, defensive linemen's never touched the ball in a career of 15 years, let alone 2 minutes left in the game. So the coach looks at me. He gives me the coaching nod. I scramble for my helmet, run up to him. Coach! Yeah, coach, he says. Wade, I want you to go up in the stands and find out what those people want. I love football. Football's a great game, I said, there's only one civilized game now. There's only one, and that's golf. Golf's a great game. Get out there on the links, You wear, like, pink pants. This is a great kind of game. So we're out playing. Me and a friend of mine, we're out playing golf, and we're having a good time. And this threesome comes through, and they say, yeah, can we play through? We're like, hey, sure. So the first guy gets up there, he's got this long robe, sandals, and a big, long gray beard. And I said, hey, isn't that Moses? My friend's like, yeah, it's Moses. So Moses is a pretty good golfer, even with the robe and everything. So he hits a shot, but it slices just for this little pond off to the right. Didn't seem to bother Moses. He goes out, he parts the pond, gets up there, chips it. It's about a foot from the cup. We're like, hey, Mo, nice shot, man. So this next guy gets up, good-looking, blue eyes, thin little beard, and I said, hey, isn't that Jesus? He's like, yeah, it's Jesus. So Jesus gets up, he's got a nice form there, and he hits the ball, curving right for that same pond, lands on a lily pad in the middle of the pond. Doesn't bother Jesus. He walks on water, gets out there, 7-iron, chips it. It's about 6 inches from the cup. We're like, JC, I usually play a 6-iron on that pond shot, but that's nice. That's a nice shot. So the last guy gets this little old senior citizen. Guy didn't look like a very good golfer. So he gets up there and he hits the ball, it goes straight up in the air. Takes a right angle turn right for that same pond. Before the ball hits the water, a fish jumps out of the pond, gets the ball in his mouth. Before the fish hits the water, an eagle comes by, scoops up the fish, drops the fish on the green, the ball rolls out of the fish's mouth, hole in one. Jesus turns to the little old man and says, nice shot, Dad. stop screwing around and play golf? And I'm like, I thought that guy looked like George Burns. Man, he looked just like him. I know he did. I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it. But, get out of my way. Next person coming up is a young man. He's 17 years old, from South Brunswick. His name's Scott Beauregard, so I'd like to have a warm welcome for Scott Beauregard, the first man on the ticket tonight. All right, Scotty, got it. Yo, Wade. Could you tell I was the bouncer? Could you? I'm not really this big, though. No, you know, I'm not. You know, because like we had a program at Trent State. My crib sheet. We had a program at Trent State. You know, when you came in there, no matter how big you were, they would loan you 2 inches and 20 pounds, as long as you promised to pay it back after graduation. So I'm slowly getting smaller and smaller, and we're back to human size soon. Now, guys, it's okay for them to be a little chubby, all right, because they're cuddly and they're kind of cute, you know. But a girl puts on a couple extra pounds, it's like, yo, hey you, pig, yeah you, the fat girl over there, come here, ask you something. Hey, you been like that all your life, or is that a full-time job or what, you know? And you kind of feel bad for them. You know, I don't mind being a little husky, as long as if you don't get too heavy, that you have to use the handicap stall. Okay? Because that would bother me. So I'm in the handicap stall the other day. Not that I had to be in there. No, I didn't have to be. See, but I like to play in there because you know they got those railings, like the little fiber. So what I do is I prop myself up on them and I pretend I'm a World War II bomber. We're over Germany now. Bay doors are open. Bombs away. We just destroyed Berlin. I'm like, so I'm in there and I'm thinking, you know, I'm in there, I'm having fun, you know. I'm thinking, what if a handicapped person has to come in here and go to the bathroom? Like I hear the door open, I hear the wheels come rolling across the floor, and then all of a sudden, let me in there, I'm Raymond Burr, I've got to go. And then I get it, and the cop comes, he's giving me a ticket. I'm like, officer, what are you giving me a ticket for? I'll give you a ticket for parking in a handicap there. You're parking in a handicap. No, I wasn't parking, I was dropping off. I was going to get in, I wasn't parking. He gave me the ticket anyway. I couldn't figure it out. And then, you know, today I'm listening to the news. I hear Mario Cuomo, good guy, isn't going to run for president, okay? I'm really hurt. I'm shocked, okay? This is the same guy who said there's no such thing as the mafia. Hey, Mario, I feel real bad that you're not going to run for president, okay? But then they got Ronald Reagan. It's a good guy. And I'm thinking, you know, they had this thing about him eating monkey brains or monkey glands or something to stay healthy. Now, this hasn't really affected his thinking, is it at all? You know, you got this Iran scam thing, right? I don't know, what are they calling that now? Iran amok or something? I don't know what they're calling it. I like politics. Politics are always fun, you know. And I'm thinking, Tom Kane. Now, here's a guy you got to admire because he does commercials for his state. Mario, you don't see Mario doing commercials, right? Any of these DuPonts? Nah, they own the state of Delaware, but they don't do commercials. Something, Tom Kane for New Jersey. I'm Tom Kane, New Jersey. Where can you go skiing on a landfill? Drive by toxic waste in oil refineries on your way to a polluted seashore. Pollution and New Jersey, perfect together. And I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this because it's fun. But there's an old song that was all about polluting New Jersey. And I was going to do it for you. It's like a real short little song. You want to hear a song about polluting New Jersey?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, we're indifferent. Okay, we're... All right, go on, coax me. Go on, twist my arm. Wait, go on, please, okay? So let me try to do this. So you might remember it, and you're welcome to sing along, okay? America for smoggy skies, insecticided grain, for strip mine mountains majesty, above the asphalt plain. America, I'm dedicating this to the America spelled with a C, not with a K. Okay. America, America, man sheds his waste on thee, and hides the pines with billboard signs from sea to oily sea. That's an oldie but a goodie here. This is like the Shays Land or something. What is it? The Atlantic Sea Lands. Next person we got coming up, he's an educator, like myself, you know. He's kind of. And they're trying to teach me everything, and it's like I'm doing the cross yourself, and I'm going like this. It looks like I'm telling God to steal second. You know, it's like, go, God, go. He never gets picked off. I'm like, yeah, it's always good to have God as your leadoff man. And we're in there, And the guy in front of me, it's getting near the end of the service, and the guy in front of me turns, real serious, he looks at me and he says, "Peace be with you." I'm like, "Absolutely, dude, yeah, peace be with me." And then he starts giving peace to everybody. Everybody's getting peace. I'm like, "Come on, I thought I was special. You're giving everybody peace, come on." Everybody's getting peace, you know, getting peace. No. All right, you guys are tough. I can take it. But I'm in there, and then they say, you know, you get the little wafer. I said, you can't chew it. I'm like, yeah, I could see that. I mean, God's not, so you're supposed to be like dissolved gently in your mouth. It's like, they give you it, and it's like, hey, this is pretty good. This is the best meal I've had since that Andy's crash. Yeah, this is real good. Oh, I like this stuff. And then I'm thinking, you know those wafers, do they ever run out? And if they do they run down to Wawa to get some more? It's like, communion wafers? Third aisle to the left, sir. Thanks, I'll get them. And it's like, who makes them, okay? You only see them in a little gold cup. You never see the bag. And it's like, I know they're made by Nabisco or Keebler, right? I mean, it's the body of Christ. Why can't it be made by elves in a hollow tree? Come on. I like this. All right, we're going to take a short break because we noticed that you had some like empty glasses. So we're going to take like 5 minutes, real short, mosey up to the bar here, get your drinks. Feel free also when during the show to get up and mosey up to the bar because this is cozy, kind of casual, you know, like we're all friends. We can introduce each other personally here. There's like 12, 15 of us, you know. We're going to get a pickup basketball game in a couple minutes if anybody wants to play. All right, so 5 minutes, we'll be back out here, and I hope you enjoyed the first part. All right, yeah. Drink, be merry. We're even going to move this out.
Yeah, I got the rent-a-car. Hi, Dad. Where are we going to do that?
Huh?
What next? What next?
Not much light in here.
So where's this?
Oh, really, Dad? Come on.
I have to run past where.
The next guy coming on is real short, so he's got a complex, so we gave him the stage, you know? Just sort of, I can step up, I can sit there, I can step up. No? We're so matched. All right, well, we're going to keep going here for a while. You know, I was always watching TV, and I really like John Houseman. I think this guy is a real good guy, but I think he kind of, I don't know, this is like, I could be in the NFL if I'm up here. But, and John Houseman's a good guy, but I think he sort of sold himself out. He did one commercial, he did it real well. I mean, now they're paying John Houseman in Whoppers, okay? He's doing Burger King, it just doesn't float me the same way. But I figured, now what if he's doing commercials for anybody? What if he did a commercial for the Ivan Boesky Company? I'm John Houseman, for the investment firm of Ivan Boesky. We make money the old-fashioned way. We steal. That's the truth. I said, you know, anything could happen out there. I said, if Ronald Reagan became president, if Elvis had lived, he would have become president. There's no doubt in my mind. And I could just see him at a press conference at the Iran scam thing going on. Somebody in the back would be up there, and Elvis would come up. I'd fluff my hair up if I had any. And Elvis would come up. Thank everybody for coming here. Yeah. I think guy would be in the back. Mr. President, how do you feel about this Iran situation? Well, let me tell you, baby, I'm all shook up. Well, Mr. President, what exactly was your responsibility in the Iran situation? Well, you know, baby, I'd never lie to you. Yeah. We're like, yeah, all right, bro. I see there's a lot of Elvis fans here. I said, you know, it's like, here I am. This is Elvis. I sort of look a little like Elvis, you know? It's like Elvis Presley. Too young to die, too fat to live. That's terrible. But I was saying, you know, it's a great show, too. Look at me. I'm like, up and down, up and down. Narcotics. Now I'm like, Star Trek. Now this is a great show. Now I watched this, I was a Trekkie, I was all into this, you know? But the concept and the plot is pretty much the same, okay? They're flying around, they come up to a planet, they pull up, they park, beam down, Kirk runs around, ravages some alien woman, zip, they're gone. It's like slam bam, beam me up, okay? I'm out of here. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And Spock is always real calm about something, you know. And even if he doesn't know, okay, and I'm sort of do this myself. Even if he doesn't know, he'll make up some crazy cockamamie thing, you know. Spock, the aliens got the ship gripped like this. What do you think of it? Well, Captain, basically the relationship between the hand grabbing the ship and the force of which holds the ship, we're stuck in the hand of the alien. Okay, Spock, thanks, babe. Yeah, I'm glad you figured that out for me. And I'm up there. And I know exactly what Star Trek V is going to be. It's going to be Star Trek V, the paternity suit. All of Jim Kirk's children are going to come back to haunt him. And every time they beam down, it's like, this isn't a little the same, okay? They're going to beam down to some planet, and Kirk's up there, all right, the landing party will consist of myself, Dr. McCoy, Mr. Spock, Ensign Chekhov, and Ensign, no chance whatsoever of surviving this landing. Let's go, beam down. You know, the guy comes out there, a couple seconds go by, the guy in the red shirt, your daddy, jumps in front of some arrow or something, and he dies, he's down there, and William Shatner's overacting as usual. I'm responsible for the lives of 429 crewmen. So you lost one there. If he had subtracted everybody who died, it was about 12 by the end of the show. That's why they had to cancel it. But, where am I? All right, the next person coming up is a young man from Trenton State College. He's a nice Irish Catholic boy like myself. Neil Cohen, ladies and gentlemen. Neil Cohen. Hey, all right. Well, Neil's a good guy. So we go to church a lot together. You know, we have a good time. Am I still on this thing? Now, so we're moving right along here. Things are going fairly well. What was I just going to tell you? Oh, yeah. Now, I never wanted to be a celebrity. I never said I'm not going to go and do comedy or anything because, you know, I'd have a good time, but I could never do it. And one time, I'm bartending, and this is one of the reasons. I'm there. John Wayne comes in. I'm like, Mr. Wayne, holy cow, I'm one of your biggest fans. How are you, sir? This is how you doing. You got a private men's room? Oh, no, Mr. Wayne, I'm sorry. We just got the public men's room back there. I'm sorry, can I get you anything else? Well, give me a beer. A couple minutes later, he asked me again. He says, hey, bartender, you got a private men's room? Oh, Mr. Wayne, I'm sorry, we don't. You know, I'm one of your biggest fans, and if we did, I'd let you use it, but we just got the public men's room back there. He's like, well, I guess it'll have to do. So a couple minutes later, Johnny Wayne comes back. He's stopping what? Mr. Wayne, you're stopping what? What happened to you? What happened to you? Well, it happens all the time. I walk into the public men's room, everybody spins around and says, hey, you're John Wayne! So I ain't gonna do that, right? But you know, it's one thing, I'm thinking about a thing, Deliverance. Now, this is a great movie. You got John Boyd, Burt Reynolds, right? Burt Reynolds cuts his leg open, it looks like something out of Jaws, you know? And I said, this is real. Got that one guy who's like an Academy Award winner. You got nice lips, boy. I like you. Ned Beatty really enjoyed filming that one, right? So, and I'm thinking, you know, they got that one kid, right? The thing that looks like you got crossbred with a puppy or something, you know, and the hair growing out of it. And so he's sitting there with his banjo. Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. So the other guy thinks he's real cool. He's like, he sees this retarded kid, and he kind of reaches in and pulls out his guitar. Okay? And he starts playing with the kid. Bada bing bing, and the kid's over there. Bada bing bing. Bada bing bing. Bing bing bing, bada bing 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 bing, and the crowd, everyone's like, yeah, and they're all happy, bada bing bing. It's like, hey pal, you're keeping up with the retarded kid. Come on, you want to play with somebody? Go down to Carnegie Hall and play with those guys. This is terrible. You're picking on him, you know. And he's real proud of himself. I don't know why. That's terrible, terrible thing. But the next person we got is a beautiful woman. She's got large tracts of land, and she's really a professional. Marlene Devia. Ah, there she is. All right.
Thank you, Wayne.
You know, come on.
Sure.
I was just calling in. I got engaged like a couple months ago. I have to check in now twice a night. Okay? It's like, I'm still here at the Comedy Store. Yeah, I'm still doing okay. Okay? And it's like, yeah, okay. What's her name? So anyway, you know, I got out of college. I said, I gotta find myself a job. I gotta find a profession. So I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to become a professional wrestler. So I went out and found myself a manager. I found the best manager I could find. He was tough, he was mean. He said, kid, I'm gonna train you. I'm gonna make you a champion. So I had a couple bouts. I'm undefeated. Finally, I got a championship bout with the Russian Bear. Said, kid, you're tough, you're mean, you're good looking. Well, you're tough and you're mean anyway. Listen, so you're the toughest I ever trained. You're the best, kid, you're the best. But listen, before you go in there against the Russian Bear, I want you to know one thing. Don't get in the pretzel. I said, okay, don't get in the pretzel. Don't get in the pretzel, okay. We go out to the match, 10 seconds go by, the Russian Bear's got me in the pretzel. My manager can't look, he turns away. All of a sudden, there's a roar from the crowd. It's like reverb or something, I mean, like, orange. Where? There's a roar from the crowd, he turns back, I've broken out of the pretzel, I've got the Russian Bear on his back, they slap the mat, back in the locker room. Kid, how'd you do it? 10 years, no one's ever broken out of the pretzel, how'd you do it? Well, he had me in the pretzel, and he had one arm up like this, and he had one leg up like this, and just before I passed out, I saw the two biggest balls I've ever seen. So I bit them. And you don't know how strong you get when you bite your own balls. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of this thing. I can talk this bugging me. And I'm gonna do a little thing here. It was an old improv. We had a real good time with it. A couple guys were doing it before, but since he's not here, we're gonna steal his stuff. So what I need is a female. I need to get rid of this thing. Don't worry, the steroids are working. That's okay. You ever wonder what happens to people who are on steroids and stop? This. There it is. Brian Bosworth. Look what you have to look for. He thinks he looks good. Now, his hair will fall out. It happens to everybody, okay? So what I need is a female volunteer. I have a plan. It's like, come on up here. Yeah. All right, now you ready for this? This is an old thing. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put my hands behind my back. You put your arms through there, and you're going to be my hands. Okay, you got that? Okay, so here you go. Make sure your breasts flatten evenly against my back. Okay, very nice. Put on a little weight here, aren't you? All right, nice and through. Now we're going to do some warm-up exercise. Now, Tarzan, when he's out in the jungle, right, what's he do? Right? Tarzan, he's out in the jungle, he's got to signal all the animals. What's he do? Somebody help him. Pounds the way, he pounds his chest. Let's have some phlegm, come on. All right, that's good. All right, that's it. Now fix my hair, just worry about the sides, don't worry about the sides. All right, yeah, now itch my ear right there. Get some wax out there. Right. All right, now let's get some, like, itch my nose. All right, get that booger in there. That's a good one. All right, you're warmed up pretty good. So, how long have I been a homosexual? Now, get in here. Don't worry, I don't have AIDS or nothing. This is like Julia Child. Today we're making hot pudding. Now relax, okay? Be masculine a little. Like fists or something. All right, yeah, hey, Rocky, yo. All right, relax. Just put your... Well, I think we can do wonderful things in this place. Maybe some curtains over there. Maybe a little mauve coloring. Now, I say put your hands in my pocket, but I don't know where that'll lead. But we're gonna relax now. So now you gotta picture we're out on a street corner, okay? I'm one of those Guido kind of Guyanas, you know. I got the gold, 15 gold chains. Here, open the shirt. Here. Yeah, there you go. Hey, look Italian. Come on. Yo, hanging out in Chambersburg. Hey, over there. I usually point to single out the guy. Hey, that's Donna. Hey, good-looking Donna. She's got the big bazumbas. Yeah, Donna with the big bazumbas. Yeah, whoa, baby. Yo, Donna, come here. Yeah, you. Yeah, come here. How you been, Donna? You're looking pretty good, baby. That's it. Yeah, yo, Donna, you're looking pretty good, baby, you know? So, why do you want to go for a drive in my nice Camaro? Yeah, drive. That's it. With that stick shift. Yeah, no, we'll get that clutch fixed, don't worry. Yeah, we'll go for a ride or something, you know? Maybe we'll go see that movie. Yeah, Donna, we'll go to... Yeah, Donna, you're an American Indian, aren't you? Okay. Yeah, we'll go see that movie. Like, hey, we'll go see Platoon, you know? With the guns. Yeah, the big guns. Yeah, all right. You're what? You're going out with Ken? Ken, that bum? Ah, get out of here. I'll go out with your sister with the big bazumbas. Yeah, all right. Yeah, no business. Good stuff. in here. All my mutants in here. All right, come on, in all this slime. Wait, come on. What we're gonna do now? We're gonna do this thing we call it shotgun jokes, okay? And during this and at the end of this, we're gonna give anybody in here an opportunity to come up and tell a joke. Everybody knows like a joke? Anybody? Like if you want to tell the favorite joke or whatever joke, we're gonna let you come up here and do this. This is sort of like fun. All right? So I'll start you off with a good one. This is an oldie but a goodie. All right? There's a fire. Lady's up on the 8th story. She's got her baby. Help me! I've got my baby. Guy comes running up. Lady, throw me the baby. I'll catch it. No, you won't catch it. No, you won't. Lady, I was an all-pro tight end. I didn't drop a pass. 37 straight games. Throw me the baby. He finally convinced her. She drops back. She takes to the bureau. Sets up. Beautiful spiral. Throws the baby out the window. He gets caught in the wind. The crowd hushes. The big fireman's running. He's running. He reaches out. On his fingertips. He catches the baby. The crowd goes wild. He turns and he spikes the baby. Tag off. So there's 3 guys walking down the street. Okay, there's a Jewish guy, a guy from India, and Sylvester Stallone. So they start to ran. They got to find a place to stay. They go up to the obligatory farmhouse. Guy says, well, one of you's got to sleep in the barn. So the guy from India says, I will sleep in the barn, no problem. So he goes into the barn. A couple minutes later, there's a knock at the door. Guy comes back. It's the guy from India. He says, I'm sorry, I cannot sleep in the barn. There's a cow in the barn. Cows are sacred in my country, and I can sleep with the cow. The Jewish guy says, no problem. I will sleep in the barn. I can do that. I don't feel no guilt. A couple minutes later, there's a knock at the door. It's the Jewish guy. He says, I'm sorry, I can't sleep in the barn. There's a pig in there. Pig's not kosher. I can't sleep with a non-kosher pig. So, hey, Sylvester Stallone's like, hey, absolutely, no problem. I'll sleep in the barn. A couple minutes later, there's a knock at the door. It's the cow and the pig. Ha! There's a Jewish guy, right? We're telling any kind of joke we can come up with. There's a Jewish guy, right? So all the what's that, air out? All the flights are booked. So he's got to get a flight on a Arab airline. So he gets in there. He figures, all right, no problem. I'll just sit on the plane. I won't have any problem. He gets down. He sits in his seat, takes his shoes off, puts them up in the frame, starts to relax. The big Arab sitting on one side of him, another big Arab on this side. The Arab looks at him. He hits him. Boom! Je, get me coffee. The guy figures 430 of them, one of me. I'll get him coffee. A couple minutes later, he comes back. There's a pile of shit in one of his shoes. He gives the Arab guy his coffee. The guy on the other side hits him. Je, get me coffee. He goes and gets his coffee, gives it to the guy, comes back. There's a lump of shit in his other shoe. So he sits down. The Arab turns to him and he says, Joe, do you ever think there'll be peace between my people and yours? And the Jewish guy looks at me and says, I don't think so. Not as long as you keep shitting in my shoes and I keep pissing in your coffee. What am I doing? Go! Go! All right, go! All right, is there anybody out here who's got a joke that wants to come up and tell a joke? College students in the back?
I'll come up with you.
You're gonna Yeah! I'm talking to good-looking women all night. Yeah.
It's a family resemblance. If you haven't known, this is my brother Wade.
Whoa!
And not the comedy runs in our family.
This is what I look like with hair.
Actually, he
All right, you gonna tell a
always
joke?
had told me that
You gonna tell a joke?
I was responsible for his baldness. And I said, well, why do you say that? He said, well, you used to grab us as kids by the top of the head and wing us through the door. And I said, yeah, but look at Dad. He was around before I was, and he's bald. So where does that come down? But he always has jokes that I can't ever beat. But,
You got a joke?
well,
Somebody
yeah,
like to
mine
tell a
is
joke,
on...
tell a joke?
What? What? A knock-knock joke?
No, tell a joke.
Oh, well, sure, I got a couple of them.
Go ahead, hit it. Want me to get out of the way?
No, that's okay, you can stand up.
I've stayed in your shadow all my life. I'll stand in it again.
Okay. Well, there's always one. How about, let's see. How about the prostitute with the runny nose? What do you call her?
What?
False.
False? Do that.
Very bad.
You know, me and Tara are sitting, we're thinking, you know, what do you do if you got all those handicapped people that everybody's been picking on in one room, okay? So we're sitting there, we say, well, what do you call a guy with no arms and legs in the middle of a lake? So we didn't know, so we turned to our friend Bob and we said, Hey, Bob. What do you call a guy with no arms in the middle of the ocean? He didn't know, so we turned to our friend Skip and said,
Hey,
"Hey, Skip, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a pile of leaves?" So he didn't know, so we turned to our friend Russell and we said, "Hey, Russell, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs that smells like a barn?" We didn't know, so we turned to our friend Barney and we said, "Hey, Barney, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs from here down?" He didn't know, so we turned to our friend Neil and we said, "Hey, Neil, what do you call a girl with no arms and no legs that gets hit by a car?" He didn't know, so we turned to our friend Sue and we said, "Hey, Sue, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs halfway down Tina Turner's throat?" So we didn't know, so we turned to our friend Mike and we said, "Hey, Mike, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs halfway down Liberace's throat?" So we didn't know, so we turned to our friend Dick and I said, "Hey, Dick, we gotta be going." Boy, you go, and you're going. We got one more joke.
I have one more. It's first grade joke, though.
Go, first grade. This is
Okay.
the mentality. We can have it.
Well, it's kind of like your little Billy Bad Boy joke. And it's about first grade class in one of our local schools. And so there's Miss Jones. And she figures that today she's going to teach her kids about the 5 senses. So Monday she goes through hearing, Tuesday it's touch, and Wednesday it's smell. Thursday it's touching. She saves the best for last. Friday it's taste day. She goes around to all of the kids' desks. She has lifesavers. She gives each kid 3 lifesavers. Lines them up, goes around to all 20 kids. So they have 1 red one, 1 brown one, and 1 yellow one. So she goes, "Okay, children, I'd like you to take the first red lifesaver, pop it into your mouth. First one that knows what it is, raise your hand and tell the rest of the class." So they all take that first red lifesaver, pop it in the mouth, and they're sucking and they're sucking. First little girl, the first one goes, I know, pick me, pick me. She goes, "Okay, Susie, what flavor is it?" She goes, "It's cherry, Mrs. Jones." She goes, "Oh, good, Susie, good. She goes, "Now, children, I'd like you to take the brown lifesaver, pop it in your mouth. First one who knows what it is, I want you to tell the rest of the class." So they go, "This is great, taste is the best one." So they pop that one in their mouth, they're sucking and they're sucking. Little boy in the side row goes, I know. She goes, "Okay, Mikey, what is it?" He says, "It's root beer, Mrs. Jones." Good. She goes, "Okay, now this last one's a little bit hard, so I want you to pop it in your mouth. First one who knows what it is, raise your hand, and I'll call on you so you can tell the rest of the class." So they pop it in their mouth, and they're sucking and they're sucking, and they have these really funny looks on their face because this is honey. And not too many first graders have had honey. So she waits for about 2 minutes and she goes, "Okay, I'll give you a hint. It's what your mommy calls your daddy when he comes home from work." And a little boy in the back stands up and he goes, "Everybody, spit it out. It's an asshole."
All right, one more without the mic, I guess. You have to bear with me.
All right, so this is one of the other jokes that the guy's not here, so we're sort of doing it in memory of him. So we're at a bar. The guy says to the bartender, he says, "Bartender, I'll bet you $100 I can bite my eye." The guy's like, "No way, I'll take that bet." $100 down on the bar. Guy takes his eye out, bites it, puts it back in. Bartender's like, "Oh, wow, I had a fake eye." He says, "I'll tell you what." He says, "I'll bet you double or nothing, $1,000 that I can bite my other eye." The bartender's like, "Hey, no way. Hey, you got 2 glass eyes. I can see it following me. I can see it moving." He says, "All right, $1,000 on the table." Guy takes out his teeth, bites his eye, puts his teeth back in. Takes the money, bartender's like, "Oh man, $1,000. He says, "All right, bartender, I'll let you win your money back. Double or nothing, $2,000. All right, that I can piss in a shot glass from 20 feet away." "No way, nobody can do that. All right, here's the money." Boom, puts it on the table. Guy gets up on the bar, put the shot glass out there, and you gotta visualize this. And he pissed it all over the place, on the bartender, all over the bottle. And the bartender's jumping up there going, "Yeah, you didn't get any in the cup." He takes the money. The guy steps off the bar and walks away, no problem. Bartender says, hey, aren't you upset? You just lost $2,000. He says, "I'm not upset. I bet those guys at that table over there, $5,000, I could piss all over you and do that." Hey, we had a good night. Thanks for coming so much. We're at the trails on Friday night. And we're here every Saturday night, 9 o'clock. Now you're friends. No, anybody got a shot? All right. See you later. Let him out. All right. How's the place? All right. You're welcome to stay and drink.